Happy New Year and welcome to our very first edition of Crime Watch in the year 2018. And like I told you last week, we will continue with those stories that made headlines on this program in the outgone year 2017. My name is Ivy Kano. Now to a very big story. The Nigerian police force has finally arrested a man they described as the most notorious high-profile kidnapper and the richest in Nigeria. This is the 130 million naira mansion where Chukwudi Dubememe Onwamadike alias Evans lived until his arrest on Saturday. Closed circuit cameras, super steel gate, and high wired fence, simply a palatial mansion designed for a king. Once respected in his neighborhood at his Magodo residential home, here is Evans arriving in chains with his head bowed in apparent shame. The father of 5 lived like royalty. This was evident in his test. According to him, he spent more than 40 million naira on furnishing alone. Italian imported furniture, jacuzzi, name it. Evans had them all. For every man, there's a time of weakness and total surrender. It was jubilation as Evans arrived the police command to the waiting arms of curious journalists. The first PRO wasted no time.
After the gun duel with these vicious and notorious criminal gangs are 5 AK-47 rifles, which we display here for you to see, 2 double-barrel long guns equally displayed. We have 1 AK-49 rifle, 2 English pistols, and 59 AK-47 magazines loaded with ammunition. We equally have 1,272 AK-47 ammunition also recovered.
This is the end of the road for a man who has different gangs of kidnappers operating in about 4 states, and at the height of his aberrant career, collected ransom sometimes as high as $1 million. Chukwudi Dumemene Onwamadike, 36, from Umodim village, Newi North local government area of Anambra State, is said to keep his victims as long as 7 months in captivity until they are able to pay the ransom jaw-droppingly high. He has 2 houses in Magodo and 2 in Accra, Ghana.
I started in Anambra. Then from Anambra I moved to Edo.
How many jobs did you do in Anambra?
The truth of the matter is that I did not do anything in Anambra.
Okay.
I did not do anything in Anambra. Okay. Anambra can get the record of it. You understand?
Edo.
Okay, Edo State. Edo State is like about 3 times.
Okay. Did you do?
In Edo State, before I come to Lagos.
What did you do in Edo State?
3 times. First, second time,
It's kidnapping.
Who and who? Who and who did you kidnap? In
I don't know. I don't know their names.
Okay.
How do you get your information before you go to kidnap someone?
You understand?
Oh, yeah.
You get information.
In Edo, who you technical?
In Edo?
No, he'll be asking you.
In Edo, 2008, 2009, we kidnapped kingpin and Randeki.
I'm not the person that did the kingpin.
Look at him.
I did not. Do you understand me?
Look at him.
Look at him now.
Or look straight.
When they ask you question.
Okay. You say you're not the one that did the job. Who did the job?
If you can bring the man to testify, he can verify whether you understand me now.
They are all coming.
Who did the job now?
If you're not the one who did it.
I don't know who did it.
Okay, another one.
In 2011,
Okay.
we kidnapped Greeners Line Transport.
It's not me.
We collected ransom of 80 million naira.
Oga, I swear to God, it's not me.
In 2015, listen now, we kidnapped director of Dan Odete company.
Director?
Dan Odete. Dan Odete, you collected 100 million naira ransom. Stop now.
Is that true?
I know about Dan Odete.
Okay.
You understand now? But I know I know people that do the. You understand me now? But each time they said they did not collect 100 million. That what they collected is 50 million.
From Dan Odete?
Yes.
Okay.
You did not take part of what?
He took part. Who was the gangs?
Are you not the leader of the gang?
No.
Who is the leader?
Those boys, they are from Warri.
Okay, but you are in contact with them because you know how much they make now. So you know them.
Yes.
Okay, but not be saying that you.
2012-13, you kidnapped Uyi Technica in Benin and collecting ransom of 100 million.
From Uyi Technica. I told you about Uyi Technica and Odete. You understand me now? It's the same people that did Odete, did Uyi Technica.
Are you not among?
Are they your
They just
boys?
give me money.
They just gave you money?
Yes.
How much?
How much did you collect?
On the whole thing.
The two.
Like, they gave me about 10 million naira.
Tell us all the operations you.
Let's start with first time, right?
In first act, there's one man called, I don't normally know names.
Okay.
You understand me now? But anybody I see that I know anything about is, I can easily understand. Because, sometimes something will happen, you will not know the name of the person. The highest money we collected is from first act, $1 million. From somebody even in first act.
Okay, let me ask him this question. We are told you can keep your victims for months. How do you manage that? How are you able to keep them where we say they no fit catch you, they no fit get their people, even when they never finish paying ransom, you no go release them except they pay the amount where you want?
Okay, it's just because maybe they are wasting time. You understand? Because when they are wasting time, you have to wait for the money to be complete.
So how do you feed them? Do you have where do you keep them that they have to feed them for that? Because 7 months no easy, 3 months no easy.
That's almost a year.
Yeah.
Yes, they have people that will be feeding them over there. They have some people there that will be feeding them.
How many hideouts do you have?
Their names.
Just one.
Where?
It's around the Egondo area.
Was it rented apartment or you built the place?
Rented apartment.
Okay.
But
is that where you said?
What are the names of the boys working?
Still the victim in the camp.
In the camp, in that Igondo.
Okay.
Who are the boys?
The name of the boys is Uche. And
How many of them?
just there are two. The boy is a new person. But Uche is the old person.
Okay. How much do you pay Uche before this boy joined?
2 million naira.
Every
month or every operation?
Every operation.
2 million.
My two eyes is Felice.
Who collects the ransom first? Who goes to collect?
They don't know.
I can make the call, but
Okay.
they can go and collect the money.
Okay,
when
you
they
can send your boys to collect the money.
Yes. When they bring the money, we have to share it, all of us.
How many are you in the group?
Like 6.
Is it the same boys that carry out operation in Edo, all these places you have branches?
No,
Or you have boys in those states?
no. It's not the same boy.
Okay, so you have boys in each state. Now we they do the question. You have boys in each state.
Yes.
In total, how many boys? You can remember now. I gave 15
In
boys. I get
Edo
10 boys.
2, in Mayesa 5, in Anambra
It's
10.
only 6 people I have in Lagos here now.
The other states, Uncle?
I don't have anyone in Edo now.
Okay, but when you used to have, how many
Other
you get
states,
them?
Uncle?
Huh?
You don't have anyone in Edo now.
And I don't have both in Anambra, I don't have.
So when you have operations in Anambra, Edo, Rivers, and Delta,
How do you recruit? Or do you storm with your boys, Lagos
I
boys?
don't do anything in the River State.
Okay. Your base is Lagos.
Yes.
Edo. The operation in Edo.
What about Edo? If you want to go and kidnap in Edo, what do you do?
That time, that is phone call. That was that time. We make phone calls, then we gather together.
Where do you gather? Where do you meet before you make operation?
We can meet along the road. Like along the road now, you ask somebody to wait for you there. Where you can there picking with motor.
Tell us about your family, your mom, your sisters. Do they know what you do?
My mom, as for my mom don't know what I do like that. But you know, I usually have case.
He knows you have case. I don't understand.
So do you see her?
No.
Does she come here?
I normally see her once in a while, like in the village.
But you said, wait, he said she knows, she doesn't know. I'm confused. How do you mean? She know what you do, but she know no. Na simple yes or no. She know your job.
She as a human being, she know. You understand now, but it's not that she's in support.
Okay. Tell us that young child growth story.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm sure.
The young child growth story is that that day I was driving. I was driving. So anything that happened, I was driving.
Hey, how many of you?
You drove your boys?
Yes.
Damn, that was
How many of you?
We are 5.
How many died there?
2.
2. What happened to 2?
They got shot.
Who and who?
It's Uche and
Punchman?
yes.
Eh?
Yes.
How many of you survived? Mention the name.
3.
Who and who?
It's in, his name is Nandi and they're calling him. There's one guy, Adam Walker or something like that. I don't.
And who again? You talk.
You know, I was driving.
Yeah, I know.
You understand now?
Who and who carried AK
carried
and
gun?
came out to fire?
Okay, it's Uche and Onchiman and Nandi.
How did you sustain this bullet wound?
It's when I'm doing drug business.
You said what?
It's when I'm doing drug business
Drug? What kind of drug?
you started with drug before kidnapping?
in South Africa.
Okay, you were living in South Africa?
Yes.
Yeah? What happened? Tell us now.
It's a drug business. That is where I got the bullet wound.
How?
Somebody shot me.
When you get your ransom from here, where do you spend it? How do you spend it?
I spent it here in Nigeria. I have not traveled since 2007.
From there, we head straight to River State, where a manhunt is still on for a suspected ritual killer who escaped from police custody on Saturday, August the 19th. The suspect escaped from the police investigation department of the police command the same day of his arrest for the murder of an 8-year-old girl in Port Harcourt. News correspondent Uchokoro was there.
This girl, do you know her before this time?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You know her. Who is she to you?
She was like my uncle's daughter.
There is the popular saying that a man's worst enemy is within his household. That summarizes the story of this young man who is alleged to have murdered his neighbor and uncle's 8-year-old daughter in cold blood. The 200-level undergraduate of the University of Port Harcourt Uniport allegedly murdered the victim in his apartment in Eliozu area of Port Harcourt before cutting off her body parts. But luck ran out of the suspect on his way to dispose of the corpse in the early hours of the morning.
He lured her into the room, got her defiled, raped her to death, and at the end of the exercise, chopped off her breast, her vagina, and her eyes. As he was going to dispose of the body, he was intercepted by the locals, the vigilante that were around. They intercepted him, and then on sighting them, he abandoned the bag, and on searching the bag, they recovered the trunk in the bag. They alerted our men. Our men responded.
Driven by his desire for material wealth, the suspect confessed to have ventured into killing for ritual purposes to get rich quick.
What is inside this cup?
The sense organs preserved in alcohol.
The sense organs preserved in alcohol. That's the eyes, the tongue, and what again?
The nose.
The nose is also here. What other organ is here?
The tongue.
The tongue is here. The eyes, the nose, and what?
And then the skin.
And the
skin.
Okay, the skin that you chopped off from our forehead. It's okay.
The victim's father narrated his ordeal from the last time he saw his daughter till when she was found dead.
I left my daughter 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday when she told me that there's no bread for tea. Then I bought the bread for her, then she went back. When I came back from work around 3 o'clock, I get to freshen up, go to my wife's shop. From there they said they're looking for my daughter Victory Chikamso Mizu. Around 1:30, the security men ran to me. They said, you are looking for your daughter, come and see your daughter, we'll call the man. I was with my bosses. Then I ran with the security, one man and a woman, which I believe the woman is the man's husband. The man, there's wound all over his body. He said they've caught the boy, and the boy was carrying a load around 10 minutes past 1 in the morning. With the sack bag. Then when they confronted him, where are you going? He want to throw dust pail. Reaching there, I saw the police. Then when I looked the sack, I said, where's my daughter? They showed me the sack bag. As I opened it, I saw my daughter.
But few hours later, the grief of the victim's father and other relatives was further compounded. From the Rivers State Police Command, the suspect was moved to the Criminal Investigation Department from where he escaped.
He was taken for statement. After his statement, he was being taken back to the counter where he will be detained. It's a space of about 50 kilometers between the counter and the interrogation room. He just took to his heels. And the IPO, we found that instead of handcuffing him, he did not handcuff this guy. That gave him an opportunity to run and escape. So we have launched a manhunt for this hoodlum, and by the grace of God, we'll get him as soon as and later. It's an individual negligence. We agree there is negligence on the part of the IPO. People should understand with us it's a human error. We admit the mistake. And though individual mistake, not a collective mistake, is just centered around the IPO.
The police has also appealed to members of the public to assist the command with any relevant information that can lead to the arrest of the suspect. Meanwhile, based on confessional statements earlier made by the suspect, the police says it is on the trail of other members of the syndicate involved in ritual killings in Rivers State.
Well, you just saw some of our stories that we showed on this program, but we are still continuing with that. So just stay with us as we get back straight into some of those top stories. Now to one of our big stories. I'm actually very excited. The Rivers State Police Command has paraded the suspected ritual killer who escaped from custody in Port Harcourt, the state capital, last month. The 23-year-old undergraduate was captured in Plateau State after 20 days on the run. Uchokoro witnessed it all for us.
Ifeanyi Chukwudike was arrested on August the 19th for the alleged murder of his niece, 8-year-old Chikamso Meso, but escaped from police custody that same day. After 20 days in hiding, the suspect was eventually captured in Barkin Ladi local government area of Plateau State on September the 8th and transported back to Rivers State 2 days later. Not leaving anything to chance, the suspect was paraded before journalists at the command headquarters in Port Harcourt under heavy security.
Today, with profound humility, I present to you the most wanted ritual killer, Mr. Ifeanyi Chukwu Maxwell Dike. His arrest was made possible by God Almighty through your numerous prayers and concerns following his escape 3 weeks ago.
Though the captured suspect Ifeanyi Chukwu Dike said no one aided him in his escape on that fateful day, how he made his way from Rivers to Plateau State and how he was able to evade being rearrested for almost 1 month are some of the many questions that remain unanswered.
After my statement, it was late. So my IP asked me to go inside the cell. That was when I got the opportunity to run away.
With the capture of the suspected ritualist, father of his 8-year-old victim has called on the police to ensure that all those connected to the murder of his daughter are brought to book.
How do you feel as a father?
How
is she feeling?
I thank God because I said earlier this is the wonders of God. It's not by our power. I didn't try to escape. He gangs that can kill him. Police cannot get him. Or when you made call from that judge there, I didn't call DP or DC. We don't have called. It is the work of God, definitely.
So what do you want police to do?
Justice. Yes.
From the command headquarters, the suspect was later moved to the State Criminal Investigations Department of the police, the same facility from where he previously escaped.
Now I'm back here in Lagos. Lagos Police Command Wednesday held what could best be described as Operation Clean Up Ikorodu. The Commissioner of Police led his men to destroy shrines. From the beginning, it appeared it was going to be not only a serious operation, but also a long day, given the number of police vans and officers heading for this trip to the Abowa area of Ikorodu. Arriving at the first shrine with a rescued couple and the alleged owner of the shrine, the police went to work. While this was going on, the bulldozers arrived and wasted no time. The commissioner said it was the rescue of this couple earlier in the week that led to the discovery of these other shrines. He said he is determined to protect residents of the state and would stop at nothing until that is achieved.
I have the mandate of all the traditional rulers in Ikorodu and indeed the government of Lagos State, not only to uncover shrines like this that are being used to commit crime, but also to destroy them. This is why I always tell my officers and men that we must endeavor to build confidence and build trust with members of the public. It is based on this trust and confidence that we are building that very eminent persons in Ikorodu gave this information that is now leading to the uncovering of 3 very notorious shrines in Agbowa.
One man introduced me to one of these guys, Alpha. Then this my woman has an attack some months back. Then after they have collected a lot of money from me.
For what? What did you say?
For the attack. They say, you know, the body.
They call it Alpha.
Alpha in the Yoruba language. Yes.
Okay.
They call it Alpha. Then after some months, I mean, let's say last week. Okay. Last week, started complaining that the chest and the back started paining again. And I'll call one of them. That see, this thing that you say you did for us the last time, and it still worried this woman. And now said we should come down yesterday. Okay, when we got there, we met some bike guy on the road. They asked us to park there. I was wondering, okay, they took a bike, used bike to bring us down here. Mm-hmm. After we saw the man, we can't even recognize the face because it was covered, his face. And I said, Baba,
Look at us.
Good evening. Well, he asked us to come around 6 o'clock.
You saw. Is it the same man you are identifying as the suspect?
No.
He has
This
been arrested.
no. This one he followed the other bike people to come and meet us there. Okay. This particular guy that they arrested. Then we saw the main man here.
Okay.
We couldn't recognize the face because it was covered the face.
But what do they do normally? They just do healing.
He just say he want to do bathing something so that later he now say he will not do the bathing again. That we should go and buy. He give us he told the other guy that should wrote everything down. That what we are going to, we will bring money to go and buy and do the sacrifice for the attack. So he now said, how much do I have there? I said, I don't have any money. And I bought the 5 drinks. I give it to them. Then later I now come out to come and collect some amount to just drop it. That is the money that with me is just only 10,000. Till I finished with the man, I came out, I was still arranging 10,000 naira to drop it. But then the police came in. When I saw police, I wake up, say, wow, this is 419 people. When they arrested the other guy, I told the police that there is another man here. Yes. Because I know that definitely these people are dubious people. I said, another man is there. The first time they collected money from me, they said they want to do sacrifice for her, which I dropped money.
How much?
I dropped 500,000.
That done, the convoy headed to the second shrine. The second and third had something in common, and that's the discovery of coffins in each. As the demolition was going on at the fourth shrine, a little drama ensued.
This will not be fake dollar.
Behold, hard currency began flying about. As if the officers and crew hadn't seen enough, the bulldozer got stuck for close to 2 hours. Though journalists left when it was getting really dark, we were told that 2 more shrines were destroyed, bringing the total to 6 and 1 suspect arrested.
To help yourself.
It's like you don't see those caskets. Human beings casket.
Not be human being casket. Not that recover. Now we don't build that as casket. Now cover. They put
cover for what? What do you put inside
what do you put inside casket?
Casket. What do you put inside the casket? What do you use it for?
Can you imagine?
What do you use the casket for?
It's the place that we just maybe he said that they want to do ritual money.
Now, the stories you just watched wouldn't have been possible without my colleagues. So I must say a big thank you to Uche Okoro, Ovieteme George, Sifon Essien, Tesem Akende, Owolabi Adenusi, Kazim Olowe, Ibrahim Alege, Ayo Moradeyo, Tony in Abia State. And here in Lagos, my big boss, Mr. Babajide Otutoju. You've been wonderful. Asokwo James, Adams Abakaka, Buhari, Eziegbe, Ifeanyi, and Kenneth, my able editor. Thank you so much. Remember, crime does not pay, so make a resolve this year to stay out of crime in any form. You can reach us at crimewatch@tvcnews.tv. I'm Ivy Kano. Do have a crime-free year.